Hi friends, this is Selvijang here. Welcome to my networking channel. Hope all are doing good. And today the topic I am going to discuss about how to configure a time-based access list. So assume if I want to allow the telnet traffic from an outside to the DMZ security zone only during a specific time period, I can configure using a time-based access list. So that's all about this time-based access list. So for a better understanding, let us go to the configuration. So first what I'm going to do, I'm going to configure the directly connected interfaces and its associated security zone. Then I'm going to configure a time range and I'm going to specify the time period for an access list, okay, for a telnet access. Then that same thing I'm going to specify in the access list. So the time range I'm going to map it in the access list. So only during that time period the user can telnet from a destination to the source. So that's all about this time based access list, okay. So now let us go to the configuration and let us configure the DMZ and the outside security zone. So go to the configuration mode and interface gigabit 0 by 0, name IF DMZ, security level let us make it as 70, and let us configure the IP address 192.168.1.1, 255.255.255.0, and let us do a no shut. And the second interface 2.1, by default is outside and the security level will be 0, okay. So interface gigabit 0 by 1, so I'm configuring this as a outside interface, and by default it is assigned a security level of 0, and only thing I have to configure the IP address 192.168.2.1, 255.255.255.0, and let us do a no shut. So I have done with the security zone of DMZ and the outside, okay. So DMZ is 1.1, security level is 70, and outside security level is 0 and IP is 2.1. So now let us configure the time range command. So let us view the clock, show clock. This is the clock, time zone is PST and the time is 23, okay. So it is like 11 p.m. So now let us configure the time range command. Go to the configuration mode. So time range, I would have to specify the name. Let us give it as work. And now I'm going to specify the weekdays, whether it is a weekdays or weekend. So let us configure the weekdays, okay. So periodic weekdays. Then I have to give the start and the end time zone. So let us make it as 12 and 2. So let us give the time zone. What is the current time zone is 23 like. So let us give like 22:00. Okay, now let us save the configuration. So now let us allow the access list telnet. I'm going to allow the telnet access list from an outside to the DMZ. Since it is from a lower to the higher, I have to configure the access list, okay. So access list out underscore DMZ extended permit TCP, okay, TCP any host 192.168.1.2. So the source is destination source is any and the destination is host 192.168.1.2 is the source host, right? So then what you have to do, you have to map that time command, time range. What's the value we have given us? We have given us work, right? So work. Then I have to bind it using the access group statement. So access group out underscore DMZ in interface outside, okay. So now let us save the configuration. So it will allow only that particular time zone. So now the time is 23, but we are only so this it will only permit during this particular time period, right? So which time period we have selected here is 12 to 22. So okay, so now let us initiate a telnet here. So now let us check the telnet access from the particular destination to this particular source, right, during the time period. So what's the time period we have given us? You can check by show time range. So time range, what's the time period? 12 to 22, but what's the time now is 23, right? So so it should not allow only this during this time period the telnet will be allowing. So now it is showing as inactive, right? So because the time is now 23, so now let us initiate a telnet traffic to this particular thing. So you cannot telnet. So now what we can do for testing purpose, we can change the time during the specific time period, okay. So we can increase this time to this to match this time zone, then we can check it out. So what we can do, let us go to the time range command. So just do no time range. So how to clear it is clear configure time range. Okay, so I'm going to again configure this. So go to the configuration command and do show clock. So go to configuration mode, time range. Okay, and let us give it as work periodic, weekdays. So now let us give from 12 to 23:40. Okay, so now let us give and let us save the configuration. Okay, so now let us check the access list. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to initiate a telnet traffic again. So now let us see whether it is active. So let us initiate a telnet traffic from this particular destination to the source. So now you are able to access, right? Why? Because it matches a specific time zone. So only during the selected time period I want the telnet access. For that purpose I'm using this time based access list. So I hope you understand this. So the main thing is, first we have to configure the directly connected interfaces and its associated security zone, and second step is we have to specify the time range and what time period you want to allow, and third thing, I have created an access list and I have mapped that particular time range in that access list. Okay, so in such a way only during that time zone the user can telnet from the destination to the source. So that's all about this video. I hope you enjoy this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more videos. Thanks and have a wonderful day. Thank you.